So this is Mohammed. I can never say his last name. I'm not going to try, but we all know who he is. For most of them, watches his commentary. It says here, "I'm so tired of Twitter, of the Twitter art community." So Twitter's at again pissing off artists, or they pissing off each other, or whatever case may be. So we're going to hear what's going to happen here, and then we'll call it a night. Link in the bio. Link in the description if you want to follow him and all that great stuff. He has great takes, so let's see.
It amazes me how deep the rabbit hole actually goes. From people who have been exposed as domestic abusers making tweets claiming AI art is the future and sharing a generated image of them being proud to be an AI artist, heavy on the air quotes, because clearly calling yourself an artist when all you use is AI is totally ridiculous.
Okay, well, yeah. I am actually an artist.
Do you think AI art is real art?
I do.
You do?
I do, yeah, I do. Because it's just another way of translating your thoughts and your ideas into just like someone drawing on a digital format, just like someone.
No, it's not. No, it's not. No, it's not. It is not. What the fuck?
Drawing on a paint, like a piece of paper is just another method of.
This is a normie take.
A medium of showing or describing what's inside your mind. So I do believe AI art is real art.
A lot of artists would disagree.
I don't care. I don't care. You know, it's my opinion, right?
Yeah,
so I actually even had this conversation with my husband recently, where we talked about even producing art using AI as a form of art to resell, because I think it's just so beautiful. It's a new way of thinking.
Agree.
Yeah.
And like the prompt.
I wish she makes some art, take her AI art, and someone makes AI of her AI art and resells her stuff. I don't think she'll like that, big chap. I don't think she would. Let's do that. Let's make your AI art, and then what we'll do, we'll make AI of your AI art, and then resell your stuff. It's not like it's even yours to begin with, because AI can't be copyrighted. Right? We're just translating what we're thinking on the page. See, the difference when someone steals your stuff to a degree, they have to at least put the work to do it. When I have to just type in a prompt, my God. My God.
This is what matters, and like that requires creativity, right?
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. I totally agree.
And now people are dogging on artists because they're standing their ground and trying to protect their intellectual property. The only people I see pissed about AI art are butthurt artists who might lose commissions because the AI can do it faster and better. All the crying about stealing is...
But the problem with the AI thing is that... well, when you think about it, if it does it faster, they all look the same. Majority of them look all the same. They all look the same. They use the same art style most of the time. You all want the same. You all want the same art style. All the same, like all of you. Like, bro, really?
Ridiculous and nonsensical. With all the talk about artists lately, I think we should just get rid of them. No more art for anyone. Fuck your art. I love artists, but after following many for years, most of them are just toxic narcissistic weirdos who can't process nuance for shit. The majority of online artists are weirdo loner misanthropes, which is why a lot of them are also some type of political extremists. Reading through Twitter made me realize that myself, and some other artists included, somehow share similarities with political extremists and people who perpetuate acts of violence outside social media. The more you know. The hate for
Wait, that's a little different. You can't put them. You can't paint every brush as an activist. That's crazy. No.
Just making drawings for themselves goes even deeper on Twitter. As an artist who happened to share a drawing he made with his little daughter as they shared a moment bonding together over a few pencils and drawing tablets, with the caption saying, "It took me less than a day to make this drawing, and I'm sure my daughter will never forget it or these moments we spent drawing together. I feel sorry for you who will never be able to feel that," while also sharing
/donation.
Really? Really? Really, robot?
The drawing process from start to finish for the know-it-all people who will potentially call his drawing AI art and then somehow try to accuse him of generating the image instead of drawing it. The tweet itself had almost 10 million views with a whopping 290,000 likes and counting. The post had a lot of people cheering the artist and praising him for being an awesome dad and role model for us all to follow. And while all this glorious positivity was just casually circulating the atmosphere, guess what happened? Just take a wild guess. I'll give you a few seconds to figure it out.
They threatened him?
A Twitter user took the artist's private photo and turned it into the Studio Ghibli art style using AI. According to them, this was done in under 5 minutes, so instead of the artist wasting all that time bonding with his daughter over the sound of crayons scratching paper, he should have just used a prompt to generate the image and spend the rest of his day doing something more productive with his time.
Wow, you a dick. Oh my god. Bro, are you kidding me? Wow! Are you serious? Oh my god. This is why gatekeeping is necessary. I'm dead serious. I know most of you hate that term, and most of you hate gatekeeping is necessary. This is why this is needed. This is why gatekeeping is needed. You like crazy normie people who don't have a single creative bone in their body outrun you, and then they say things like this. This is, I swear to God, I have no problem with gatekeeping. There's a reason why I exist.
Fixing an artist's work, manipulating their drawing, or even feeding it into AI in an attempt to self-proclaim make it better is already bad enough. But taking a personal photo of the artist and his daughter, something they took in private, taking that and feeding it to AI just to prove a point is absurd to me.
Yeah,
why would you even think it's okay to do that? What is even wrong with you? The worst part is the generated image doesn't even look half as good as what the artist drew. It just looks flat and wonky.
Oh my god. Oh, so he drew that. Oh, so okay, the one on the left. The one on the left is what he drew. The one on the right is the AI generated. I kind of like the one on the left. Like, why? Like, the one on the left is way better. It's a lot more detail. Looks more. It looks humanly made. It looks a lot better. The other one just looks like, kind of simplistic to the point. That's it. It's not bad, but it's not. I'm not saying it's horrible. It is AI. It knows what it's doing, but like, it's not. It's not on the same level as like it was made as from a human. That's just. Bro, you are a piece of shit. For real. There's a special place of hell for you. What the hell? Damn.
Doesn't even feel as genuine as the artist's drawing. Even the expressions his daughter has look so much better in his drawing than in the generated image. The fixed image instantly went viral and gained nearly 8 million views. People started calling out the person who made the tweet, telling them how bad their generated image was and pointing out areas in the image which didn't make any sense because the AI just couldn't comprehend what was going on in the image. You are the purest proof that artists who spend hours drawing true art are undervalued. You certainly do nothing more than AI drawings. Your AI drawings are despicable, as are those who think this is art. You didn't make anything because you didn't do it, but the machine didn't even do it. It just copied and executed poorly. AI is the only option for those who are bitter enough about life to not dedicate themselves to learning anything. And that's basically what you deserve. A pathetic life. It's not faithful. It's just a soulless fraud because deep down it's a glass door and not a bookshelf. Your 5 minutes are just something without soul and affection. Many more comments littered the timeline, all calling out the person who made the post and telling them just how bad their AI image was. But what I found surprising was that some people believed AI will do a better job and were making fun of the artist for just wasting time drawing instead of just using AI. Did you ask Studio Ghibli for permission? Because if you didn't, it only took you one day to do the same thing we do in 1 minute.
I keep forgetting he keeps using the Boondock sound for Uncle Ruckus. I keep forgetting he keeps using it. I was like, where? I was like, every time I hear it.
And you use a technological resource that many artists consider cheating. And I guarantee that in 10 minutes, your daughter died of boredom and you were left drawing alone. What? This is such a dumb take. I almost gouged my eyes out while reading this tweet. Asking the artist if he had permission to draw in that style is pretty bold coming from people who have clearly been using the same Studio Ghibli art style trend from AI generated images and stealing art styles from multiple artists with no form of consent, breaking every single law against copyright. Also, I'm not so sure if you realize this, but no one considers drawing on a digital tablet cheating. Well, at least in 2025 anyway. A couple of years back in the early 2010s, that would have been a different story. And the last bit about his daughter dying of boredom just proves to me that you literally don't know anything about kids at all, and you need to get off the internet and touch grass. Do you know how many hours I spent just filling up pages of a Harry Potter coloring book I had when I was a kid? I'll sit at the table for hours just scribbling and trying to fill in the lines with my mom watching, and I never for once complained or felt bored. So your take is just bad any way you want to look at it. Did you pay Studio Ghibli royalties for using their drawing style? Because they are also charging AI companies for using it too. So what happens to this hypocrisy? Really? Well, I hope they really are, because the way the Studio Ghibli art style is being used and abused, especially on Twitter, is enough reason for Miyazaki and Studio Ghibli to slap a lawsuit across the faces of every single...
You know, the only way to solve this problem is to make it expensive. That's the only... I'm just being serious with you. Like, the only way to stop this is to make it really expensive for them not to use it so freely, so they don't have the bravado to talk to you as insanely as they do. That's the only way to solve this problem with the whole AI problem. That's the only thing. Because if you make it expensive, most normies won't touch it. But, I mean, some artists are very expensive. Some of them will drop down their prices to even lower than what the AI would. But you'll get a lot more out of the artist compared to an AI. That's pretty much how this is going to probably solve this problem. And, honestly... if you're going to use AI, the next thing they should do is put a logo on top of it too. So they can't get rid of it too. So they know it comes from some company. So they can't take the watermark off because it's AI. So...
AI company promoting its use. Another artist also shared an image of a drawing they made after practicing for 2 hours, encouraging other people to try out drawing.
Yeah, watermark. It has to have a watermark. You can't take it off. If it's AI and it's like AI art, you cannot take off the watermark. If you take off the watermark and they figure out you take off the watermark and you're using their AI somehow, you get a fine. I think that makes sense. So these people can't just walk with the bravado saying, I'm an artist all damn day. They can't say that. You're like, no, you use a prompt and then you can't even claim it's yours because it's actually that company. So if anything made it, the company robot did. You didn't make anything. You're just an accomplice to something that you stole. So let's just call it for what it is. You didn't make that with your own 2 hands. You used your brains. You didn't use any technical skills or anything. You didn't apply any of you in it. You just typed some letters. There's no personality in it. You just it's literally saying that Jesus, it's horrible. That's horrible. You have no personality, seriously. Like, now if you don't have the money to like get an artist, or you think AI art is where is that, at least be upfront with it. At least if you're upfront with it, I at least respect you to that degree, but I'm not gonna expect you to be an artist. I'm not gonna call you an artist. I'm sorry. At least you're honest. I can't disrespect someone who's being honest, but I'm not gonna claim you as an artist though.
The comments started calling him out for wasting his time on a drawing that AI would have done in less than 30 seconds. I can do it in 2 minutes with an AI. How about you paint me a picture of Darth Vader shaking hands with Donald Trump in the style of Vincent van Gogh? I expect it in 2 hours just like you did with this. Also, I won't pay you. Huh? Are these people okay? AI does it faster and it's better. It looks worse than AI and I don't care. People then started taking his picture and using AI to turn it into Studio Ghibli versions, telling him he wasted 2 hours trying to prove he didn't need modern tools when AI could have done it in 8 seconds. I truly don't understand why all these people get so heated when an artist tries to make a drawing for themselves, or if a person decides to challenge themselves to learn how to draw instead of learning a prompt. It's as if for some miraculous ridiculous reason, somehow drawing has now become taboo all of a sudden. And now people aren't even allowed to draw anymore since we have AI that can make sloppy images in less than 3 seconds. They're so hyperfixated on the fact that an AI can make an image in less time than an artist, and are using every single chance they get to try and convince people that their AI generated images are better than anything an artist creates in real time. Who
said I won
really
first place
cares?
in an art
If
contest
these AI
yesterday.
images are so good, why do you have to?
Did you? That's pretty cool. You didn't use AI, did you? Because now they accept that crap. That way it makes no sense.
Try so hard to prove it. Artists are not even trying to compete with AI and are not even bothered to prove any point. The only person trying to prove a point is you. Artists make art because they enjoy the process of making something out of nothing but pure passion and the fulfillment you get from doing it yourself. Artists are not just trying to finish a drawing in 10 seconds and call it a day, in as much as that will be quite delightful. Art is a journey that teaches you patience and perseverance. It helps you learn more about yourself than any AI could possibly ever do. You see, artists derive pleasure in the process and not the result, but you wouldn't understand that because you're lazy and lack a level of creativity that even the average 3-year-old possesses. We do not give a fuck if AI can do this in 8 seconds. We enjoy drawing. Hope this helps. Aside from 1 or 2 comments praising the AI image, every single person was calling out the AI image for how sloppy and soulless it looked and how lazy the person who made it must be to have taken the time to go out of their way and create it. An interesting observation was brought to my attention by some kind-hearted people who watched my last video in the comment section, and also on Twitter, that the drawing from Sam Does Arts, which I happen to use for comparison to AI, was also generated by an AI model. How frustrating. To the untrained eye, a drawing made by an AI modeled after another popular artist obviously might seem to be objectively better than drawings made by a real artist, but it actually isn't. And to be fair, the disparity isn't even close. For example, here's this image modeled after the art style of Sam Does Art. As you can tell, it seems to have an understanding of what his style looks like and could potentially spit out drawings made from mimicking his work. But when you put this AI image side by side with an actual image made by Sam, you can see that it's not even close. The AI image looks extremely stiff compared to Sam's art, and it doesn't have the careful, mindless strokes and emotions that come from every single thought that went through Sam's head while he was making the painting. Apparently, this was done on a website called Prompt Hero, and I'm sure the AI bros are going to be laughing saying, haha, I told you AI is better. See, it can replicate your favorite creator's art. And to be fair, I'll take the hit for this one. Yes, it's fairly close at replicating the Sam Does art style. Is it better than Sam? Heck no, because without Sam ever sharing his art on the internet, there'll be no art to use to train the
irony
model in the
right? The irony. Think about that. The irony in that. So even if it can draw like me or Sam or whatever, it needs me in general, or at least needs my work just to do what it does. So the irony is like, no matter how good it looks, you still need me. I am the foundation of whatever the hell. It's like literally Dragon Ball if you think about it. Most shonen wouldn't be where they are without Dragon Ball. So it's like, think about it. It's just the foundation of all things. So no matter how much you may claim, like, oh, it's like, you still need me, motherfucker. Because when you think about it, if we go back in time and Dragon Ball didn't happen, maybe something else would have took its place. But then again, it wouldn't be the same. So
first place. But the fact that this AI model can come close to replicating his painting is truly insane and scary at the same time. It's frightening just thinking of all the loopholes and ways scammers could actually use this to manipulate people and take their money from them. This should clearly not be allowed. Sam needs to lock in and sue for real. But unfortunately, Sam isn't the only artist who has had their work hijacked by the plague of AI enthusiasts, as other artists have also shared their concerns after seeing people feed their art into AI and then trained the models to be able to create similar versions of their work. And I still don't even know how any of this is considered legal, because to me all this just looks like plagiarism if you have to use an artist's work to create an identical.
Listen, this is only going to become a problem, and I said this a couple months ago, this has only become a problem once it hits the courts in the sense of them. So like, let's just use celebrities for a YouTuber celebrity is not going to make any headway or any waves when it hits like a Lil Wayne, a Drake, a Kendrick Lamar, Kelly Clarkson, who else? Madonna. You know what I'm saying? Eminem. Once it starts hitting them, that's where things will change. Once it hits like labels and they're getting their stuff stolen from other people, or Taylor Swift, there you go, a Taylor Swift. Like once you have these individuals get their stuff stolen to a point where it becomes almost indistinguishable for their own work and they can't tell, you know what I'm saying? That's going to be a real problem on their behalf, using their voice and their music and their sound or something to that, usually their voice, right? So once it gets to that point, or their lyrics, soon it's going to get to a point where you have to copyright the literal lyrics, the voice itself, the background music, everything, the melody, the structure, everything. It's going to get to that point. Remixes will be never remixes ever again. I don't think remixes will be a thing in the next 10 years. Because if it's that bad that it only replicates someone's artwork, you don't think it can replicate someone's voice? Right? Think about that. This is not going to make any headway to Studio Ghibli. Studio Ghibli might make a little bit of a wave because Studio Ghibli, right? But like when it's like a Sam does arts, a Ross draws, Muhammad, what do you call it? Mark Bennett, Prokopенko, you know, all of them, all the art people that you know, whether from Disney or up to this point from YouTube, even myself, it's not going to make any headway at all. Once it hits a celebrity of status and they feel kind of slighted, like a Taylor Swift, like Jack mentioned, it's over. Because that Taylor Swift has a bunch of lawyers. It has a label firm, all of them that will go after these people, these small companies and stuff, and say, hey, you got to stop that. You know what I'm saying? Especially if they start using their face. Like, imagine they make a music video, right? They take not only the voice, they have the background music, and they have their face, right? They use their face to make a music video, an AI music video of like Eminem, Taylor Swift, Selena Gomez, Kendrick Lamar. You know what I'm saying? All these different people, right? A Jack Harlow, a 50 Cent. You know what I'm saying? Once it hits them, then that will make a chance, make a wave, because they're going to make a big fuss. They're going to get their lawyer, they're going to lawyer the hell up, and then they're going to come after these people. Then change will happen. It's not going to happen through an artist who's drawing some pictures. It's not going to happen. I'm surprised it has not made any headway yet. Maybe it's just not as prevalent as it is, or not as easy as it should be. But once it becomes more easier to the common man, that's when things are going to go left. Which is, I think, is more easy to make a song now with AI than ever, right? So once the tools get easier and easier and easier, so you can just like press some buttons or just use a simple little UI or something, oh, it's over. Like a CapCut type of UI, it's over. Dead serious. So sadly, this is not going to make any headway till a actual, I'm not saying actual artist as in like an artist. I'm talking about like a music artist says something, and then the artist will jump on that bandwagon. Like every YouTuber, every Disney artist, they're all going to jump on that bandwagon and promote that individual who's going to make a big fuss about it, and then change will happen. That's just the sad part of this. So
replication of the same style using the artist's name. I don't know, man, it all seems just black and white, and I hate that it's happening to artists without them being able to do anything about it. Twitter users are now making statements saying art is now accessible and anyone can turn their imaginations into reality after typing a few prompts, and further shitting on artists, telling them to get a day job or level up their art, since apparently AI has raised the bar for art so high, so the expectations of the average artist is high level art because they're competing against AI models that can do better. And I'm not making this up when I tell you I lost brain cells just making this video. It's as if they somehow want artists to respect them because they learned a new prompt and know how to type in a few words to generate a shitty image.
And this is why I think the only way to solve this problem is to make it expensive. Don't make it so accessible and easy to touch. That's just that from the phone all the way to the like using a computer like Mid-Journey and all of the. It should be extremely expensive. It should be like $50 a month, maybe $100 a month. Think about it. If it's that expensive, it will stop them from doing it. They won't have the balls or even the money to do that. So they'll have to use the artists to help them. To you know what I'm saying? It is what it is. This is what happened on Twitter when Elon Musk started making it into a subscription service to a degree. A lot of people left because they don't have money to be there. And remember, it's like what, $5 a month, I think, or it could be a little higher than that. I think it's about $8 a month, I believe. And a lot of people was pissed about that because of the checkmark thing, and a lot of people left and went to Blue Sky. Now I heard that Blue Sky is going to be doing something similar. So, you know what I'm saying? The people who speak the loudest is usually the people who are the brokest, because talking is cheap. They can do this for free because it's free most cases. They can get around it because it's free. If these companies make it expensive, they will not use it. Just to prove a point, they won't do it. That's why when people come to me and say, "Oh, can I play a game with you?" I'm like, "You can come up here and play a game, but you have to play a subscription. So I know you ain't gonna say anything insane." They don't come. They don't come on the stream. Or they said, how do you draw that? I want to know how to draw that. Teach me your ways. Okay, it's $3 a month. Become a student. They won't do it. Simple. Money usually is a great deterrent for most people who are broke and crazy. Dead serious. It's a great deterrent.
I'm tired of not being respected as an AI artist.
You still making that typing art?
This artwork alone is a culmination
Still making
of
that typing art. Still making that typing art. I like that.
AI output.
Looks easy enough to me.
Bro, then you try. The challenge was on, so I needed to find a neutral party to give us a prompt and judge the end result.
New York, but on Mars.
I like the top left the most, so we're gonna upscale that.
They're using
and submit
Mid-Journey
that to the judge.
New York City on a red planet in another universe, surreal photorealism, view from spaceship floating by, swag.
And now we wait.
This is the hard part, guys.
Now it is time to do our final result with our unbiased judge.
Two different takes. I do like the left. It looks too earth though, so I'm gonna go with the right. Because
AI art is not so easy after all.
Newsflash, we're still not going to refer to you as artists. As the great Miyazaki said, whoever creates this stuff has no idea what pain is. If you really want to make creepy stuff, go ahead and do it. I will never wish to incorporate this technology into my work at all. I strongly feel that using AI is an insult to life itself, which is why it's no surprise that studios are now calling out the Studio Ghibli art trend and are seeking to take legal action against the developers for alleged unauthorized copyright infringement. And
I'm just really surprised in general how most of these companies didn't do this from day one or didn't see this coming from day one. I'm surprised it took this long for them to actually take the moment to do this. That is the strangest part on my behalf. Did they not really think there was someone who was going to eventually copy their own specific style in some specific form? I'm surprised that Warner Bros. That owns Hanna-Barbera. There was a bunch of AI stuff about Hanna-Barbera type characters, and I'm surprised that they didn't say anything about that. Warner didn't say anything. Time Warner didn't say anything. They didn't say anything. So I guess a lot of people was like, well, if Warner didn't say anything, and then Marvel didn't say anything, and Disney definitely didn't say anything, especially that Pixar thing that was going on. You remember the Pixar we call it the Pixar movie poster thing. People was making insane, and it almost looked kind of convincing to the degree, right? Remember that? So when they started using the Ghibli, it was just another AI to them. right? So I'm surprised that they didn't do anything from Jump Street. If they did that, maybe most of these people won't have the bravado to speak what they do. See, when you don't speak up against something that is like obviously kind of stupid, stupidity tends to run rampant. And then when you don't do anything about it, you get situations like this. And then when you get slapped with a lawsuit, they start saying, "Why are you being such a hater, bro? Like Disneyland's doing." Well, they're not in Disney. I'm not Disney. You know what I'm saying? Like, I might work with Disney, but I'm not Disney. Well, do they own shit? I don't think they own that. But like, no.
The Miyazaki art style. While AI prompters are desperately seeking new ways to administer their horrid images using softwares that make it seem like you're drawing and mimicking every single form of making art except actually trying to make art, others are fixing pictures of artists and making them pregnant because the artists showed themselves drawing instead of making prompts, and the AI enthusiasts got mad. A generous Twitter user, out of the goodwill of their heart, decided to spare us the torture and created an extension for Chrome that automatically filters out all the AI-generated Studio Ghibli images from your timeline, so your once normal-looking feed can start to feel alive again. I think a lot of these AI-generated images are nothing more than just random images that end up being spread online for memes and rage bait so people can end up talking about them. This whole discourse between AI people and artists should not discourage you from ever wanting to learn how to draw or trying to improve your art and become a better version of yourself. If you're ever worried about AI replacing you or taking away your job, it doesn't matter. The world revolves around people with skills, and as long as you can teach yourself that skill, you will always end up finding a place where your skills are valued, regardless of how long it takes. So don't worry your little head about things that are irrelevant in the grand scheme of things. And if you need some more encouragement, here are some wise words from the gorgeous Phil Tomato.
Ghibli is more than just an art style. Just because AI can slap a Ghibli desktop theme to an image or a video doesn't mean artists are cooked. You're missing the point. The reason why Hayao Miyazaki is popular is because his values and the stories resonate with people and it inspires them. I became an artist partly because I saw Princess Mononoke in the theaters when I was little. Without Miyazaki, I probably wouldn't be an artist. I would never be Phil Tomato. This message goes out to the people who do AI. Respect artists, man. Especially Hayao Miyazaki. That's all we want. Without people like Hayao Miyazaki in the world, there would be Ghibli-inspired AI to copy off of. And don't say artists are cooked. No, we're not. We can use AI. We just choose not to because we respect the craft. To those who want to make a proper tribute to Hayao Miyazaki, just draw it. It's going to be difficult, as it should be. If an old man like Hayao Miyazaki can draw thousands of drawings for his movies, surely you can do one drawing, right? What do you think about my tribute to Studio Ghibli down below? It took me over a week to make. It's not perfect, but it's mine.
Well, it looks like you've made it to the end of this video. If you enjoyed this video, please leave it a like, share this video with a friend, and subscribe to the channel if you're new here. With all that being said, I'll see all you pretty penguins in the next video. Bye.
Alright, so that was Muhammad on the whole AI take. I know we did a video technically about AI, about the whole like animation thing, but you know, that's kind of different to a degree, but you know, it's kind of the same at the same time. So hello Glitch. So we're done doing our reactions for today. We did our art reactions, we did our manga reactions today. I'm not too upset with this study I did. I think I did an okay job compared to the reference. I think it could be a lot better. I think some areas needs a lot more work and a lot more cleaning up, wet behind the ears, but I think there's a form of improvement. You can see form to a degree. It maybe is not too accurate with the overall image here, but it's close enough. And just to end off, thank you Muhammad for that video. That was amazing. I do like his takes and stuff when it comes to the art community because he's an artist as well. If you want to follow him, please give him a follow. Link in the bio in the video that will come out in a couple of days from now. As a reaction video on the art channel. So with that said, I hope you guys enjoy this and I appreciate it. And I'll see you guys next one. Cool.